The prophecy of the Antichrist, uncovering the secret signs, stop. Deep within the forbidden archives of ancient texts lies a prophecy so dangerous that religious authorities have spent centuries trying to suppress it. The signs of the Antichrist aren't what mainstream Christianity teaches. They're far more specific, far more terrifying, and according to these ancient sources, they're already manifesting in our world today. What you're about to discover has been hidden in plain sight within the Book of Enoch, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and even canonical scripture, but decoded through a lens that reveals the true nature of end times deception. The Watchers knew this day would come. The fallen angels who taught forbidden knowledge to humanity left us warnings about their final champion, a being who would arise not as an obvious enemy of faith, but as its greatest apparent defender. The Book of Enoch, chapter 11, reveals that the Watchers, fallen angels who descended to earth, taught humanity forbidden arts that would corrupt the world until divine judgment. But here's what scholars won't tell you. These same Watchers prophesied about their final deception. Chapter 12 specifically mentions how these fallen beings would prepare humanity for the arrival of their ultimate representative. The text describes how forbidden knowledge would be used to create a leader who appears to bring divine wisdom but actually serves the agenda of the fallen ones. The Dead Sea Scrolls contain fragments that mainstream archaeology refuses to fully translate. Fragment 4Q46, known as the Son of God text, describes a figure who will be called both Son of God and Son of the Most High, titles that seem divine but carry a darker meaning in context. This figure will bring peace through deception and unite the world under a false covenant. The Essenes who preserved these scrolls understood something crucial. The final deception wouldn't come through obvious evil, but through the corruption of sacred concepts themselves. The canonical scriptures contain these same warnings when properly understood. Daniel 11 verse 21 describes how this figure will obtain the kingdom through flatteries, not conquest but through winning hearts and minds. Revelation 13 verse 11 reveals that the second beast will have horns like a lamb but speak as a dragon, appearing Christ-like while serving the adversary. These aren't metaphors about distant future events. They're detailed descriptions of a deception so sophisticated that it would fool even the elect if it were possible. The signs are already manifesting. Religious leaders worldwide are calling for unity under doctrines that would have been considered heretical just decades ago. Political movements are emerging that blend spiritual language with authoritarian control. Technology is being developed that could fulfill the prophetic requirement of controlling all buying and selling. Most disturbing of all, these developments are being celebrated by those who should recognize them as warnings. What do you think this mystery reveals about our past? Stick around because Peepaw has more mysteries coming your way. Peepaw says, the ancient texts weren't written to create fear, but to provide recognition. When you understand what the Watchers actually taught and why it was forbidden, you begin to see how that same knowledge is being used today to prepare humanity for the final deception. The question isn't whether these prophecies will be fulfilled, it's whether you'll recognize them when they are. If this forbidden knowledge opened your eyes to connections you've never seen before, share this video with someone who needs to understand these ancient warnings. What other suppressed texts do you think contain crucial information about our current times?